Rooms? None. There is none. Unbelievable. First thing to do, how do you, can you change the screens? Scan lines, none. Large. Oh. Can't it be bigger? Shit, how do you do that again? No, that's not it. Yes. Stretch looks okay. Oh, that looks better actually. That looks better. Shitloads you can choose. Alright, Mike, cool, man. Ugh. Let me know if you can hear me, you're just checking, innit? Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. I can't even remember which version I used to play, like, because there's two versions of, you can have the same characters, but you had versions of how you want to use them, and I just can't remember what version of him I used. I don't know if it was like the power version. You don't have to do chain combos and all that. Yeah, you got this rappel, it's like parry. So when people attack you with it, you could like disfigure them. Or dissemble their weapon, not disfigure them. I'll say that for. I'm hoping I can find someone to play before I go. There was no lobby. But at least try the netcode. So I'm going to create one. Well, actually, let me check and see if there's one. There you go. BF, what's that mean? Oh, I don't give a fuck. Just find a room to play. Just odd to play on a pad. Can't be found. Why is that? Oh my god. This thing is kinda complicated, man. Ah, let me make one then. Mask mode. Oh, so you can hide people's characters. That's alright, you know. They should do that more often. Years. There's none there then. Sent you a photo on Facebook. Okay. I want to see. Nah, the legacy pad don't work. That's no good. I've got to put the other stick in. Oh. Hang on. Nah, you had to. Oh, you have to do madness, because what you got to do is you got to reset it and go back, and you got to load up someone with player 2. Find a match. That's what I want to do, is find a match. I'm not bothered about versus. Ah, here we go. Let me try this one. Ooh. I don't care what the ping is, I just want to try, innit? Just want to see. Ping is high though, shit. That could be because of the stream as well. He's probably not interested in that ping, man. I wouldn't be either. Nah, leave it. He's not interested. Oh, Oh shit, that jump's mad. Oh my. That's bad. 300 ping is bad news. God damn. So obviously the netcode is bad over 200 ping. So it's very easy to find the answer for that. Is there a way of coming out? Oh man. Damn, man. Shit, he's got air fireballs. I didn't even know he had air fireball. Oh shit. How'd you do it? I don't even know how you do air fireball. Fuck. Grab him. Oh shit, I got jabbed up. Slash him back. There you go. Trust me, even at slow pace, I still know how to play this game, man. This game had a legitimacy to it. Block, attack. Bang! This guy's probably pissed, man, thinking, what the fuck? Block. A slash! Ooh. Oh. Got caught. You could go on Fightcade right now and I bet I could find this guy and play with him, and the conditions are 20 times better. This game is just, it's just bad luck, man. Grab him. Good man. Yeah, the game is lagging. That's bad. Played the game just then, cool. I can still play it like this. I know this sounds crazy, but when I used to play Xbox Live, I used to play Samurai Showdown against Americans and Japanese, and I got like 100 wins playing like this. You kind of know when to attack someone after a block, because certain characters had like an advantage after blocking. It's kind of strange. Is it laggy that bad for you? Yeah, it's like I'm 2 seconds behind. I think he's got about 1.25 seconds advantage ahead of me, so I have to be very careful about how to attack. Because I don't want to keep jumping in like that. That's reckless. He knows not to do A's anymore. See, they're gonna build games like SNK games like this, and this is why I bought the game. Because I'm looking at it like this is a £10. This is a £10 test. So basically, I'm better off going on Fightcade playing this for free, unless I can find European people to play with. Oh fuck! Got electric hits. Got him. And I got caught back. He's thinking the same thing as me. Do the super. Got it. Ooh, he blocked it. Nah, don't even. I could stop the PS4 after this bike, yeah, and I could load up Fightcade. See if I can find someone in there, because there's going to be people cussing, man. They're going to be asking people, whoa, did you try it? It is laggy, but the guys from Japan, it's like 300 ping. You got to bear that in mind. I want to find someone like where I live and just see how it is then. Right, done. Game over, finally. I think he's going to kick me out. There's a lot of nice things you can do in the game though. Right, hang on, let me get out, because he's going to kick me out. No, I left. I don't want to upset. A new item has been unlocked. Okay. Find someone else. 71, what's that? What does that mean? 3-round BF. That looks like a normal guy's name, so we'll try that one. So that's how it works. Okay, no, I'm not going in there. That's bad. Holy shit, man. When you make a lobby, you can decide to mask the options of characters, so you can actually have it hidden, so people can't character match you as well. So I thought I'd just tell people that, because yeah, mask mode. Oh, actually, do you know what? Should I do that? Yeah, I should do that. Unlock it quickly, innit? Ooh, feisty, yeah. Stab up. Shit. It stops your game because you're. Wow, I hope it doesn't do that when you're online. Like. Oh, they're not going to stand there and let that happen, surely. Like, that's... Oh, that's how you do it, okay. Like, all the years I played that and I didn't even know he had that. Shit. Unlocks more stuff, okay. God damn, man. Ooh. Shit. Need a joystick, man. Feeling it on pad. Oh my. Sure, man. Oh man. Death. Oh, there's more, okay. There he is. Oh fuck. Oh shit, he didn't block it. Oh well. It's too quick. You've cleared one coin, you can use the internet. Whoa. Oh shit, I need to save that, hold on. Didn't even get a chance to read that shit quickly, man. So what did they give me? Pictures. I'll be unlocking majority of them pretty quick already. So what? I don't even know what site it said I had to go on. Bloody hell, man. Anything there? It says no, 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 no. Guys, I'm gonna have to go. Not going. I'm not leaving the stream. I need to go to the dashboard and look at that video quickly. Hold on. Oh shit! How do I do it? that's why. Okay, it doesn't exist anymore. Did it bring me back in? Don't even let me host. Yeah, my bandwidth don't allow it. I don't know. I don't think it does, man. Shit. No, wrong button. Wrong. Oh no, you can't. Shit. Stab range. Mike's still there. Shit. Fat them dogs, bro. Fucking eat that food. Is that all these people fucking do? Oh dear. Actually,
the big Dolph Ziggler celebration. They went off the air with Stephanie McMahon pitching a little, temper tantrum in the middle of the ring. So that's really what it was all about. Just like now, when they had that contract signing for the Divas match last week with Charlotte and Natty, it wasn't about them. I mean, it was nice to throw them a bone and say, oh, the women got the main event. But like I said, I guarantee you, if Shane McMahon and Stephanie were not supposed to be out there, that would not have headlined the show. It was not about the women. It was about, if it was about any woman, it was about Stephanie. It was not about the other women. It was about her and Shane. So to go back to the Ziggler thing, he wins that match, and I thought to myself, wow, are they really finally going to get behind this guy? Are they going to come back around on him? Because it just seemed like they soured on him when he got hurt, and they took the world title off of him and did the double turn with Del Rio, and he just was kind of floating along ever since. And it seemed like it was just an opportunity there to finally do something with this guy and say, all right, it's time to shit or get off the pot with Dolph Ziggler. Let's see what we can do with him, and then either he's going to drop the ball or he's going to run with it. And they never even gave the guy a shot. They ended up doing that stupid angle where they fired Ziggler and they fired Ryback, and of course they were all back, a couple weeks later, I think it was. But that, to me, I look back and that was the final kind of death knell for the guy. I don't think it's going to get better than that for him. So I don't want to see Dean Ambrose end up like that. I know Dean Ambrose, it's not his time right now. Roman's the champ, Seth is back, and he doesn't really factor into that mix. And also, I wouldn't blow a Shield triple threat on Money in the Bank. If anything, I think that could be a real big main event for SummerSlam. I'd like to see it at a WrestleMania, but I don't know if they can wait that long. At least wait till SummerSlam. But, the point is, he doesn't really have another spot right now. You're not going to put him in the championship feud. He's got to do something else. He won here, so he's going to be in the Money in the Bank match with Jericho, so they'll kind of continue their feud for a third month, I guess. But, man, he's out here wrestling in this match, and even the night before at the pay-per-view with Jericho, when I did the review for Extreme Rules, I said this match was no good. And Jericho, taking the thumbtack bump and everything, I mean, these guys, I'm not knocking their performance or Jericho going out there and doing that. He's got a lot of guts to go out there and do that, but people just didn't seem all that into it. They popped for the thumbtacks. Anybody's going to pop for thumbtacks. Anybody can fall on thumbtacks and get a big reaction. But that match was a disappointment, and it shouldn't have been. That was the thing that was really noticeable to me on the show, and it seems like it might be the start of a pattern here, and I hope it's not, because they could still get a lot of mileage out of Ambrose pretty high up there on the card.
What the hell?
Like I said, maybe even build to a Shield triple threat. I don't want to see happen to Ambrose what's happened to Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, there may be no coming back from that, but for Ambrose, I think there's something there, but you've got to give him something to really sink his teeth into and give people, something to really get excited about. You don't have him hosting segments, with a potted plant named Mitch. I mean, that might be entertaining 1 week, but the fact they turned that into a freaking storyline is ridiculous. I mean, that might be fine for New Day, but, you could be doing a lot more with this guy. So Ziggler is going to have a technical wrestling match with Baron Corbin on next week's show. They set this up. There was a backstage segment, an interview with Corbin, just absolutely terrible. And I've seen Corbin cut, pretty good promos before. This was not one of them. This was that scripted, rehearsed garbage they have these guys do. But they set the match up for next week, so they'll have a technical wrestling exhibition for the feud that will not die. The New Day came out with a giant cake to celebrate 1,200 episodes of Raw. They mentioned that Raw was 23 years old. I think some weeks with the 3 hours, it feels like this show lasts 23 years in a night. So yeah, Raw is 23 years old.
It should be like playing original. Can't you just hold select and just pick characters? Like,
in the front row, and they tease putting it in the announcers' faces.
All this gay shit.
Social outcasts came out and attacked them from behind. That led to a match. Thing went maybe a minute and a half at the most. New Day won, and they put the cake in Heath Slater's face when it was over. We got another Darren Young Baron Corbin. Darren Young Bob Backlund skit. Because Baron Corbin and Bob Backlund look so much alike. He wanted Darren Young to recite the names of all the presidents in order, which Darren Young said he couldn't do. And I'm just sitting there going, come on, man. Tunney, Monsoon, Piper. Backlund started to recite the presidents himself. Darren Young just goes, damn, coach. He was impressed. And Bob Backlund, he was not impressed. He was mortified that Darren Young would use such foul language. Hope he never listens to this podcast. Then he told Darren Young to do 200 jumping jacks. I have no idea where this is going unless they're reuniting the primetime players, but any excuse to have Bob Backlund on TV on a show that is so scripted and rigid and regimented, Bob Backlund just sticks out like a sore thumb, and I fucking love it. Enzo Amore is back. He was being Enzo Amore on this show. I mean, what more is there to say? He's awesome. So I'm glad to see him back. We got a singles match between Big Cass and Bully Ray, and Colin Cassidy won with the Empire Elbow. We then had the Charlotte, Dana Brooke, Ric Flair State of the WWE Women's Championship address. This was the split between Charlotte and her dad. Ric Flair started just randomly talking about how proud he was of Charlotte and getting all emotional. And Charlotte ended up doing the little swerve turn where you think she's going to say one thing and then she ends up, saying another. And let me get the positive out of the way first. Charlotte is very good. Charlotte is really coming into her run as a heel. I mean, it's just the right role for her. Verbally on the microphone, she's improving. Every time I see her, she's getting a little bit more comfortable. She's a pretty good talker. This was not one of her best nights. And I say that because, first of all, let me go back a little bit here. They started chanting boring, the fans did, during Ric Flair's speech. As he was speaking, Ric Flair, of all people, they started chanting boring. And I can't blame them, if only because this thing was starting to drag pretty early. So they were getting restless, they were getting bored. By this point, it was also getting kind of late in the show. Charlotte, once she started to kind of turn on her father, and she launched into this whole tirade about how he was always on the road, and she would have to watch him on TV, you were an absentee father, and you were never home, and basically saying, you're dead to me. All this awful, horrible stuff, and she's mocking, oh, you're gonna cry. She's basically, mimicking every fan on the internet who, probably was thinking the exact same thing. And sure enough, Ric Flair did cry. He cried on cue, although I don't think it takes much for him to cry. So that worked in this case. So she's just mocking him and really just being a bitch and sticking him to her dad. But she got rattled. She got rattled because as she kind of started to drone a little bit on and on. The fans started chanting "what" at her, and I like the fact that she at least tries to play off of it instead of just like stick to the script. You can't acknowledge that the people are chanting something at me. So I like that, but it didn't work because it rattled her, and she kept going back to it. Like, it's one thing to acknowledge them, like Undertaker did that time. You know, say "what if you sleep with your sister?" and the idiots chanted "what." You know, it's one thing to do that. And Big Show has done that. I've seen him do that also. She just kept going back to it like it was really bothering her. And I was starting to get a little uncomfortable for her as the segment went on. But then, even after that ended, and she just kept going on and on and on, I don't know if it was just that she was forgetting some of the words, or it just got really, really awkward. I don't know if other people felt the same way. And I'm not trying to put her down like, oh, she's a terrible promo or anything like that. That's why I wanted to preface this with the positive, because I don't feel that way. But I'm not as high on this segment as some other people I've seen are. I didn't think this was really all that great, to be honest with you. I mean, she got some great heat for it because, Ric Flair, he's an icon. It's your father. How can you say such things to your father? It's an easy way to get the people to hate your guts. But this just got really awkward. I felt like as it went on, she was kind of stammering and stuttering over her words and whatever. I don't know. It felt off. It felt a little off. The whole point was that Flair appears to be done. He said, "Get the hell out of my ring." He was crying. He was sobbing. He walked off in the back. Arn Anderson gave him a hug and said, "I'm sorry." They caught up with Flair. They said, "Do you have anything to say? Any reaction to what just happened?" He said, "Not tonight." And he very sheepishly walked off. So it was a great way to get sympathy on Flair, and again, get some heat on her. I don't know, maybe it just went on for too long. Again, maybe she did forget herself at certain points, but I don't know. By the time this was over, it just felt very awkward and a little clumsy. And I think the heckling with the "what" chants may have been what threw her off and kind of started that little spiral there. We got an AJ Styles promo here before the main event, which was AJ Styles against Kevin Owens in the final Money in the Bank qualifier of the night. So AJ Styles comes out, and what does he do? He just lavishes praise on Roman Reigns. Man, Roman Reigns, brother, I didn't know how tough this guy was. And of course, the fans boo, because they don't want to see AJ. They already saw AJ Styles lose in 2 straight pay-per-view matches to Roman Reigns, which was a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow. And they were great matches. But they saw this guy lose twice. Most of them did not want to see that. The last thing they wanted was him to come out here now, licking his wounds the night after, just to put over Roman Reigns. If anybody's going to need to be put over here, AJ should have put himself over. He's in there putting over Roman Reigns and this great opponent, and people are booing. He talks about how he blames his loss on the Usos and the club for getting involved in the match. He wanted to go it alone. These guys got involved, and in the end, they cost him the championship. Well, this doesn't sit well with I always say Gallerson. What? My first instinct is to call him Gallerson and Andows. What the heck is wrong with me? Anderson and Gallo. There we go. Jeez, it's only Tuesday. It's not even that late in the week. So anyway, Anderson and Gallows come out. They object to this characterization of them as being spoilers, and they somehow cost AJ the championship. And things break down between them. AJ just is like, we can still be friends, but I don't think we should be together anymore. No more club. We should go our separate ways. Anderson and Gallows are like, no. You can't have it both ways. You don't want to have anything to do with us, and we are no longer friends. Yeah, they were bringing up how AJ is not the same AJ that we knew in Japan. If this was Japan, we'd be going out for Roppongi and drinking. I popped, by the way, for that mention of Roppongi. So the club is no more, which I kind of figured. I think I even said that a few weeks ago here on the show. People were pitching a fit on the club. The club, that's the best they could come up with, and I said, it's the club because these guys are not going to be together that much time. I figured Balor would be in by now. We'd have the Balor Club, which I think is probably still going to be the end result of all this. I think Balor's probably going to come in and align with these guys, and we may be in for an AJ Styles Finn Balor feud, which I think would be phenomenal. No pun intended. And you know, when you think about what AJ Styles has done in the last few months, like I said earlier, I think that overall AJ Styles has been handled, has been portrayed, booked, whatever word you want to use, far better than I ever would have thought. If you would have told me 6 months ago, hey, listen, WWE is going to bring in AJ Styles, my first thought is, A, what's his new name going to be? You know, Alan Jackson or something, and B, well, let's look at the NXT roster and see what opponents he lines up with. Because I never would have thought he would be fast-tracked to the main roster. Samoa Joe wasn't fast-tracked to the main roster. Nakamura wasn't fast-tracked to the main roster. A lot of guys, most guys now are not. But I guess they probably looked at it and said, well, this guy is fucking super talented, and he's almost 40, and we really don't have any time to waste, and we need bodies. And, you know, this guy's hurt and that guy's hurt, so let's bring him on in. And it was the right decision to make. And overall, I can't say that I'm disappointed because, again, I've done seeing 2 championship matches with AJ Styles in it. But, having said that, I look at what he's done the last few months. Inexplicably lost Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. That got him a championship match. Oh, it was the 4-way the night after, but still. From that, he goes to a championship match at the next pay-per-view. He loses. He goes to a championship match at the most recent pay-per-view. He loses. He wrestles Kevin Owens here on Raw in the Money in the Bank qualifier. He loses. So now we have a pattern in these big matches, going back to WrestleMania, that AJ Styles, as great as he is, and as fun as it is to watch him, is a fucking loser. And I have to hope that this is going somewhere, because the announcers even mentioned the fact, you know, it's been a tough few weeks, it's been a tough few months, but it's been a tough few weeks for AJ Styles. The fact that they would bring that up and say that tells me, hopefully, this is leading to something. And I'm hoping that it leads to Balor hooking up with Anderson and Gallows, and we get ourselves a nice program going into SummerSlam, maybe, between Finn Balor and AJ Styles. Maybe AJ Styles has to find 2 other